Thank you. Good evening. For those of you who are still here, I hope your cars are outside in the parking lot and the batteries have not gone dead. There's a lot of folks. There's a lot of good folks. They're all running for positions. I don't think any of the answers are coming from anywhere other than here. I was going to spend a minute talking about two-term county commissioner and all that stuff. I said I don't have enough time to do what I want to do. How many of you heard the bailout of Spain on the news? Do you know that that's us, 20%? That's the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. We give 20% of every dollar to Spain. The answers that DC has been giving us for the last 50 years have been like the Spain bailout. If you don't start giving answers from here, from the ground coming up, screaming, I don't want to pay anymore, I don't want to do this anymore, this is stupid, don't do that, do this. If you don't start yowling, you are going to get a lot more, just like Obama. Right. That's what you're going to have. You have to start from the bottom up, and that takes skill. The person has to not sit there and give you platitudes about what they intend. They have to be a veritable a ferret for information. They have to read everything. They have to absorb everything. For 28 years, I taught 16 technical courses to 30,000 people. There's an opportunity this year to change the state committee person. That's a good spot for a guy like me. It has no pay. They said, why are you doing this? I said, I'm running because there is only one way to fix this, and that is long-term. You have to change the structure. I got 10 seconds left, so I'm done with that. I hope you have a question or two.
George.
Yeah, now I've heard a lot of people say that they're running around the opposition calling you a Democrat. Can you exactly tell us how you became a Republican and when it happened?
2002, the other candidate that did not present themselves here tonight for the superintendent of schools, Kirk Browning, and I had long been discussing changing. So this is the 11th year of me being a Republican. I, like Ronald Reagan, did not leave the Democratic Party. I left when the Democratic Party put together the exploratory committee for Al Sharpton for president. And I said, that's it. And that's it. So I was a Republican for about 11 years now. But I've always been a Scrooge for the dollar. I am a fiscal conservative and have always been that way.
My question is, if you were elected as the state committeeman, what would be your number one priority from day one?
Oh, there is no doubt if I was if you didn't hear Don said, what would be your number one priority if you were elected state committeeman? State committeeman is an interface. He runs back and forth between Tallahassee and the home county, and they give feedback back and forth to propose legislation, platform claims, so they promote and maybe suppress certain candidates. The number one thing that I don't like about the current fellow in the position is you don't get to tell him who you like. He tells you who to vote for. That has been the case. I have watched it in presidential elections. I've watched it in county commission races. I've watched it in every single race, picking before the primary, in effect circumnavigating, completely bypassing the primary process. That is wrong. If I'm elected state committeeman for Pasco County, there will be no pick coming from the office of state committeeman. The pick will be coming from the people, and we bring that back to Tallahassee. That's the way that it should be.
There are no further questions.
One more. Do you support the Second Amendment?
I'm a lifelong supporter of the Second Amendment. I'm a member of the NRA. I'm not an instructor. The only word out of my mouth is not guns. I own a gun. But for Christ's sakes, we have a lot of other issues. The current fellow that's in the position, that's the only issue for him that comes out of his mouth. For 10 years, that's all you hear. There are other issues. There's issues about taxation, there's issues about growth, there's issues about immigration. You know, it's not the only issue, but I'll tell you this. If you look on my website under stevesimon.us, go to the little click, the link at top that says the blog. From the blog, take a look at the last blog post. It's about centralized government. What happened in countries where they took the people's right to bear arms, to own and bear arms, where they took it away from them? The Ottoman Empire, Turkey, in Rwanda, and Cambodia, and all of them. You know what follows the removal of the right to carry? Genocide. That's what follows. Don't let it happen here. It's a threat from the UN. It's a threat from Hillary and the ratification of the UN Small Arms Treaty. It's not in Tallahassee with Stand Your Ground. We'll be fine with Stand Your Ground. They'll hold to that. That's what Florida's about. The threat is from the outside. It's from Obama and his minions in the United Nations and elsewhere. Thank you. Good night. August 14th, Steve Simon. Did you? It's up to Ann.
Gary, you had one more question? Or, who's got a question?
How do you feel about the Tea Party?
How do I feel about the Tea Party? The Tea Party is the evidence of the discontent with the instructions coming from the top, coming down. The Tea Party was the first evidence from the answer coming from the bottom up. That's what the Tea Party is. That's what it's all about. That's it for the questions. I thank you for your attention. I know it's tiring as you sit here. If you have an opportunity to get out there and tell somebody, please let them know that there is an alternative August 14th to the current regime that's been controlling the local party. They have not done the job that they should have been doing. Thank you.